on CBS.
Reese, we need a sound check.
Hello. Hello. And welcome once again. Hello, and welcome once again. I'm your host, Reese Robertson. And it's time to play America's favorite game show, Hangman. America's favorite game show, Hangman.
Don't strain yourself, Reese. You've got 5 shows to tape today. Today's questions. And do us all a big favor, will you, pal? Just for once. Read them over before you go on camera. Why? What's the problem? Problem? Yesterday, you told 12 million viewers that Albania is the capital of New York. And stop coming on to the female contestants.
Yeah, as producer of the show, that's your job.
I just gave Reese new questions for the first show.
Well, since when do you pick the questions around here?
Since I figured that someone on our staff has been slipping answers to the contestants. Joyce, I hope you're making new career plans. You're only co-producer on this show until our divorce settlement is finalized. Darling. Hey, kid, give me that contestant, Kelly Peterson, huh? Sure. I need to talk to her. Oh, one more thing. Never get married.
Clint, hey, what are you trying to pull?
What is it now, David?
My credit! I just got a look at the titles for the show. I thought you told me my created by credit would be there.
You didn't get the memo. Oh, the credits had been running a tad long. The network said we had to cut a few names, so I chose yours and, oh, yes, one of the hairdressers. Sorry, kid.
I want what's coming to me.
Or what?
You'll get what's coming to you.
Not too much.
You can take off, Gloria. Look at you. You're the most beautiful hostess on television, Tonya. And to think you're all mine.
Man, please, this isn't right. It's got to stop.
I've got news for you. It's never going to stop. Oh.
God, I hate you. You want to see me?
Ah! Miss Peterson, our returning champion. Well, $86,000. That's a nice chunk of change for a school teacher. But I'm afraid your winning streak is about to end.
I don't understand.
Oh. I think you do.
Places, everybody. We're about to roll tape.
Welcome to America's favorite game show, Hangman. Today, one lucky contestant will win the bonanza of summer fun prizes you see before you. And now, let's meet today's returning champion. She's a school teacher from Simi Valley, California, Kelly Peterson. So far, Kelly's won more than $86,000 in cash and prizes. And a big Hangman welcome to her challenger, Jerry Fleck. And now, here's America's favorite game show host, Reese Robertson!
Thank you, thank you. And now, let's play Hangman.
It's Burke's Law.
I don't believe it.
What, Henry?
The food critic did a review on Vinny's restaurant.
Well, it's probably a rave. Everybody loves Vinny's food.
Everybody, it seems, except Clayton Franklin. Listen to this. The veal parmesan had all the flavor of an old tennis shoe.
Ooh.
Still, it was a culinary treat compared to the angel hair pasta piatti, which should be renamed chest hair pasta piatti. Oh, that's
Yikes.
terrible. I give this restaurant a big yuck.
Ouch. Didn't that guy like anything?
He even hated the lobster bibs.
Poor Vinny.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, this is Chief Burke. Okay, we'll be right there. Glenn Dowling, the producer of the game show Hangman, he's just been canceled permanently. Henry, don't you watch Hangman?
It's one of my favorite shows. Educational, entertaining. Oh, some of those questions so tough.
Like what?
Like, name the 5 longest playing Broadway musicals.
Chorus Line, Old Calcutta, Cats, 42nd Street, and Grease.
Very impressive, Dad.
Oh, come on, you guys knew that.
Yeah, right.
Glenn Dowling, I presume?
Yeah, he reached room temperature about 30 minutes ago.
Cause of death?
Strangulation. He was hanged.
Well, someone has a sense of humor.
I also found a nasty contusion in the back of his head.
So maybe he was knocked out before he was strung up.
Well, that's what I think. The rope was slung over the lighting rig, and it was attached to a counterweight.
Then his body could have been pulled up by either a man or a woman.
You got it.
We lost a legend here today. Glenn Dowling changed the face of this business. That's why we affectionately called him Mr. Game Show. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll use that when I give my eulogy.
Who are you?
You're kidding, right? I'm Reese Robertson. Reese Robertson, host of Hangman. Well, maybe you remember me as the MC of Treasure Chest, Battle of the Wits, Supermarket Challenge. Come on.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Robertson.
Robertson. I don't watch much daytime TV. Where were you when the body was discovered?
I was on stage. What a senseless tragedy. I feel like part of me has died. Whoa, I should be writing these down.
Did Mr. Dowling have enemies?
I said we called him Mr. Game Show, not Mr. Congeniality. Glenn Dowling was not a nice man. To know him was to hate him. Except for me, of course. I mean, I worshipped the guy. He was a pioneer, a visionary. Visionary? You don't happen to have a pen, do you?
Oh, no,
It's busy, sorry.
That's okay. So, what's going to happen to Joyce?
Joyce?
Joyce Dowling, the widow. Have you arrested her yet?
Oh, she killed Glenn Dowling, her husband?
Well, sure. Well, I mean, I think so. Had a heck of a good reason.
And that is?
The big D. Divorce. Really ugly one, too. They were fighting over everything. The house, the money, the dog. She said she was going to take him to the cleaners, and he said she wasn't going to get nothing.
And now that he's dead, she gets everything.
Well, I may be just a game show host. Sounds like a motive to me, though. Now, listen, if that's all you have for me, I'm afraid your time is up. I have an appointment with my dental hygienist. Hey.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
Reese Robertson.
Mr. Robertson.
Well, bye-bye.
Well, guess I better pay a visit to Joyce Dowling. See if there's anything to this family feud.
My new show is perfect for your network. Everybody loves music. Everybody loves to dance. Name That Tune was on the air for 13 years. Name That Dance will be on for 20.
Sounds great, Joyce. Can we get started?
I'd love to. I hired a dancer. He should be here any minute.
Oh, Miss Dowling.
Oh, here he is now. Hit it, Fred. You almost blew my my network presentation. 2 dancers take the floor. The first contestant to name that dance gets 10 points.
The bossa nova.
You're right.
We're doing the rumba.
Work with me, will you? I'm trying to sell a show here. Frederick, if you please. The first contestant to reach 30 points moves to the bonus round. You're very good. Maybe you'd like to be a regular on the show.
I'm already a regular. Police department. I'm Chief Burke of homicide.
I knew it. This is about Glenn, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, how would you like to give these gentlemen from the network a first-hand feel of the show? Fred, the lombardo.
How long have you and your late husband been producing game shows?
About 20 years. Actually, we met on the dating game. On a week in Hawaii and fell madly in love.
Sounds romantic.
After we were married, they had us back on the newlywed game. Glenn and I became fascinated by the game show business. Decided to make it our career.
I understand your next scheduled appearance together would have been on divorce court.
Everything I ever loved about Glenn started to change when he became successful. His ego got bigger and bigger every day, along with his appetite for other women.
You wanted to divorce him.
No, he wanted the divorce. I actually loved Glenn. Enough to put up with his extracurricular activities, his ego, his temper tantrums. I didn't kill him. I couldn't.
Any guess who might have?
A lot of people hated my husband. No one more than David Bergen.
The hangman rider.
David's brilliant. Tournament of Champions winner on Jeopardy. Created dozens of board games, puzzle books, even wrote a mystery novel.
Why would he hate your husband so much?
Glenn stole the hangman idea from him. Made all kinds of promises. Broke every one of them.
So you think he killed him because of that?
The last couple of weeks, David's frustration just turned to rage. I know he threatened Glenn just before he was killed.
Thank you very much. I think I'll dance over and talk to David Bergen. Fred, a little traveling music.
Black Queen's Knight to White Queen's Bishop. Check.
White King to Black King's Bishop 3.
Black Queen to King's Rook 5. Checkmate.
Excellent.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Congratulations.
Yeah, great game.
Thank you. Nothing like totally demolishing your opponent.
Isn't that what they call the killer instinct?
Somehow I get the feeling you're not here because you're chess fan.
No, actually, we're mystery fans.
My favorite game is Clue.
Ah. You have any in Glenn's murder?
As a matter of fact, we do. A witness who claims that you threatened Glenn Dowling.
You bet I threatened him. Every day I worked for him, the man was a two-faced liar.
Why didn't you quit?
I wasn't about to leave Hangman until I got my created by credit.
It meant a lot of money to you.
Sure. But more than that, it gave me credibility. Then I could go to the network, sell my own show. There's no way I would have killed Glenn until I got what I deserved.
Well, maybe now that he's dead, his wife Joyce would give you the credit.
Hadn't thought of that?
We did. Sorry, David. You're still a suspect.
Go ahead, waste your time on me if you wish. But I've got a clue for you. Tonya Lovett.
Hangman's hostess.
That's right. Right after Glenn was murdered, I saw her running away, and she was very upset.
You know why?
No. But I do know that Hangman wasn't the only game those two were playing.
They were having an affair. Peter, pay Tonya Lovett a visit. See if this is an affair she prefers not to remember.
She's right out here.
Thank you. Miss Lovett? Detective Burke, homicide.
Hello.
Catch you at a bad time?
No, actually, it's a perfect time. All my chakras are in alignment. I'm at peace. I am totally in touch with my inner self.
Good. Then maybe your inner self won't mind telling me if your outer self killed Mr. Dowling.
Would you run that by me again?
We know you two were having an affair.
That's a lie. Glenn acted like he was sleeping with me. But it was just wishful thinking. He dropped hints around the crew, but I never slept with him. Not in this life.
So it wasn't a lover's quarrel that sent you running away from him today?
No, strictly business. Glenn was a perfectionist. I suppose that's what made him so successful. But it also made him impossible to work for.
How so?
He criticized everything. My hair, my makeup, my wardrobe. This morning he came down on me because of the color of my fingernail polish. I just couldn't take it. I burst into tears and ran out.
And that's all there was to it, huh?
Yes. With me, what you see is what you get. I guess that's why TV Guide called me America's sweetheart.
Yeah, well, I hope the next time TV Guide calls you something, it's not America's Most Wanted.
Lee, do you have anything?
As I suspected, the cause of death was strangulation.
Any luck on Prince?
Well, it's almost impossible to get Prince off of a rope. And the counterweight he was hanged with was wiped clean.
What about the contusion in the back of the head?
Blunt instrument. We still haven't found it yet.
So we got nothing?
Not exactly. I did come up with this. A cufflink found in the cuff of the victim's pants, and it's monogrammed RR.
Reese Robertson. Maybe it fell there during a struggle.
Yeah. Guess I better quiz our game show host, see if I can get him to tell the truth.
Check out that plush Berber carpeting.
Check out that plush Berber carpeting.
No. You've got to use those arms. Plush Berber carpeting.
I'm Chief Burke, homicide. I'd like to see Reese Robertson.
You'll find Reese Robertson in his fabulous living room.
Thank you.
Your eyes return to the camera, and you smile. Don't be shy. You're getting paid big bucks for those pretty whites, so let me see some teeth. Yes, and that's all there is to it, ladies. Oh, Chief Burke. Debbie, would you take over, please, dear?
Game show host and teacher.
Nobody knows game shows better than I do. When these girls go out to audition, it's going to mean something when the resume says they studied with Reese Robertson.
And how much do these women pay you to learn to point at carpet?
A pittance, really. I think of it as my way of giving something back to the business. Of course, a few of the young ladies are on full scholarship. You know what I mean?
I'm afraid I do. Tell me, does this look familiar to you?
Hey, looking for this cufflink everywhere. Where'd you find it?
On Glenn Dowling's body. It was caught in his pant cuff. Any idea how it got there?
No. I lost that at the television studio last week. I haven't got a clue how it got in his pant cuff.
While killing him, perhaps?
Hold it. I owe everything to Glenn Dowling. When we first met, I was a late-night disc jockey on some fifth-rate radio station in L.A. Glenn loved my voice. Gave me my first shot at hosting a game show. Now, I only work 30 days a year. I got a closet full of $1,000 suits. I drive a $100,000 car. I live in a $2 million home.
Can you get me a job like that?
Now, believe me, Chief, I'm not stupid enough to kill the golden goose.
But somebody did.
Well, I've been thinking about that, and I'll bet I know who.
You trying to make me guess?
I'll give you a hint. Her initials are Kelly Peterson. She's a contestant on the game show. She's won over $80,000 in 3 days.
Sounds like she's very smart.
Well, Glenn thought maybe a little bit too smart. Suspected her of cheating. I saw them having words backstage just before the taping.
Do you know what they were saying?
No. Don't have to know what they were saying to know what she was thinking. If looks could kill, Glenn was a dead man.
Well, thanks for the information, Mr. Robertson.
Here we go. Hold on. Okay.
Miss Peterson?
Fast.
Detective Burke. Homicide.
You're here about Mr. Dowling's murder?
I just have a few questions.
Of course. Okay, now, Katie, make sure you give Jennifer a turn, huh?
So, how much money have you won so far on hanging?
$86,000. I still can't believe it. My students talked me into going on the show. I never thought I'd win anything.
Everyone nice to you on the show?
Oh, great. They made me feel really comfortable.
Even Mr. Dowling?
Am I a suspect?
We know you and Mr. Dowling had a conversation moments before he was killed.
Well, not actually a conversation. He did all the talking. He accused me of cheating.
Were you?
Absolutely not. I'll tell you what he was really trying to do. Get even for not sleeping with him, the pig. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry I have to ask these questions.
No, it's okay. I want to help you any way I can. I can't say I wasn't warned about the guy. The makeup girl told me Mr. Dowling had a habit of hitting on the lady contestants. You know what he told me backstage? For $86,000, the least I could do was sleep with him.
What'd you say?
I told him to wash his mouth out with soap. Besides, if I had killed Glenn Dowling, I wouldn't hang him by his neck. I'd hang him by his...
Whoa. I get the message.
Good news.
We need some.
Croquet mallet.
What?
Glenn Dowling was hit in the back of the head with a croquet mallet. It was one of the summer fun prizes featured that day on the show.
That's right, there was a croquet set next to the lawn chairs.
Exactly. Now, the murder weapon was covered with a heavy coating of finishing oil, so it'd look good under the lights. Well, I found traces of that finishing oil on the victim's scalp, and a few of his hairs on one of those mallets.
Make my day. Tell them we've got fingerprints.
Sorry, Chief. The mallet was wiped clean as a whistle.
Oh, this is my lucky day. Look at this. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What's the special occasion? And for lunch yet? What happened? Tell me.
Well, we're all out of the office, and it seems we just got the craving for some of your incomparable cuisine.
Fabulous. Ramon, menus. Hold the presses. Wait a minute. Oh, no. You're not going to get away with this, Amos. Oh, no. I know what you're doing. I know why you guys are here.
You do?
I do. Yes. You read that article in the newspaper, the review by that critic, and you think that I'm crying in my soup that I'm going to throw myself in the bouillabaisse.
Well, Vinny, you have to admit that write-up was pretty rough.
Water off a duck's back. Are you kidding? Who is this guy? He's a bum. He's a blood-sucking parasite. Not that it upsets me or anything.
Well, I'm glad you're not bothered by one silly little review in a newspaper.
You know what my mother used to say? Bounce back. Bounce back. That's it. Ramon, where are those menus? Oh, my kidding. I've lost my touch. Oh, please, somebody put me out of my misery.
Well, who reads restaurant reviews anyway?
Oh, nobody. Just 1.5 million people, that's all, who read that newspaper. Don't you understand? I'm finished, kaput. I'm going to put my head in the lobster tank and let them buy my face. Somebody, please, buy this restaurant. Make me an offer I can't refuse.
That's me. Excuse me.
Hey, Vinny, we love your food.
Oh, sure, Vinny. It's the best.
There, you see?
Yeah, I did see. I saw you signaling them. I appreciate it, but don't you understand? I know my goose is cooked, and I'm throwing in the towel. Ramon!
That was Kelly Peterson.
Oh, the school teacher.
Yeah, she wants to see me at her health club right away.
Well, it sounds like Peter's become the teacher's pet.
I don't think so, Ralph. She sounded scared. See ya.
Someone's been following me.
Who?
I don't know. I first noticed them last night driving home from school. This blue car always seemed to be behind me.
What kind of car?
Station wagon. And driving to work this morning, it was there again.
You see who was driving?
So I came right home and called you.
When the call came that you'd been shot,
Dad, come on, it's barely a scratch.
A few inches difference.
And it would have missed me completely.
When was the last time you had a tetanus shot?
I don't remember.
That's too long. Get one.
I will. Please, relax. I'm fine.
Check this, Chief.
Where'd you get the cannon?
It was found in the bushes across the street.
Oh, my God. I don't get it. First I'm followed, now someone takes a shot at me?
You have any idea who did this?
No, I'm a school teacher. I don't have any... Wait a minute. I told you Glenn Dowling made a pass at me. What I didn't tell you was his wife walked in when Mr. Dowling was trying to kiss me.
What happened?
Well, she didn't get mad at her husband. She got mad at me. She even said to me, touch my husband again and I'll kill you. But I didn't take her seriously.
Well, I do. Peter, have that wound checked by a doctor. I'll go see our grieving widow for a round of truth or consequences.
Chief Burke, give me a second, will you? Mr. Asaki here is demonstrating a popular Japanese game show.
This part of competition is called Get to the Office on Time. It's worth 25 points toward total score. Hey. Beside offering a huge cash prize, we also cover all medical expenses.
All right. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
My agents will be calling your agents.
Thank you. Arigato.
Arigato.
Arigato. Kanjo ski desu.
What do you think, Chief? You think America is ready for sumo duo?
In American Gladiators, it is not.
Well, not yet, but give it time. Well, I assume you didn't come here to talk about game shows.
I'm here to talk jealousy.
I'm not familiar with that category.
Did you threaten to kill Kelly Peterson?
Absolutely. I caught Glenn trying to kiss her.
And you threatened her for that?
Times have changed, Chief. Glenn's behavior constituted sexual harassment. If they sue the company, I end up paying. I begged Glenn to stop. I even threatened him, but nothing worked, so I decided to scare the contestants.
Including taking a shot at them with a rifle?
What are you talking about?
What kind of a car do you drive, Miss Dowling?
A station wagon.
Color?
Blue.
Someone in a blue wagon was following Kelly Peterson.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well, someone took a shot at her an hour ago.
An hour ago, I was here with my distinguished friends from Japan. Talk to them if you don't believe me.
I will.
Do you think the same person that shot at Kelly Peterson killed Glenn?
It's possible.
Look at these pictures. I found them in Glenn's safe. Tonya Lovett.
She's naked.
That's the day she was born.
How'd your husband get these pictures?
About a year ago, some photographer approached him saying he was going to sell them to a men's magazine, or that he'd sell them to Glenn for a premium.
Pictures like these can sour America on their sweetheart.
Hangman would probably survive the scandal. These pictures came out, but Tonya Lovett's career would be over.
And you think she killed your husband because of these pictures?
The woman makes $1 million a year to smile and point at toasters. Yes, I think she'd kill to save her career.
When it comes to motives, it suddenly sounds like our hostess is the one with the mostest.
I hope you don't mind if we talk while I change. I'm running a little behind.
Not at all. I just have a few more questions.
I don't know, what do you think?
Pretty as a picture.
Yeah, but it's not right.
Speaking of pictures, my father saw some revealing shots of you today.
Oh?
The ones Glenn Dowling kept in his safe.
What about this?
I think that would look great on the show.
It's not for the show, it's for Glenn's funeral. I guess I better stick to black.
I'd appreciate it if you stick to the subject. What about the pictures?
I was 18. I was out on my own for the very first time. This photography student asked me to pose for him. I needed money for the rent, so I did it.
Why didn't you buy them back?
I tried, but Glenn outbid me, the bastard. He said he'd sell them back to me on one condition, that I sleep with him.
Did you?
For a while. Then I realized he had no intention of ever selling me those photographs.
So you killed him?
No. I broke off the affair and resigned myself to the fact that sooner or later, someday, those pictures would come out. It was easier to sleep at night knowing that than to sleep with him. I didn't kill Glenn, I swear.
You lied to me once, why should I believe you now?
Because it's the truth.
All right, all right. Before Glenn Dowling was hanged, he was hit on the back of the head with a croquet mallet. One of the mallets you were standing next to on the set of Hangman.
I never touched them. I only point.
Well, did you see anyone else near the croquet set?
No. But... nah, that's crazy.
No. What's too crazy?
Well, our writer, David Bergen, wrote this mystery novel, and one of the characters gets killed with a croquet mallet. It may not mean anything, but it's odd, don't you think?
Yeah. I think I need to get some answers from the man who writes the questions. Thanks.
Hello, Chief Burke. Can I interest you in a game?
Well, actually, I was thinking more along the lines of 20 questions. Did you know that Glenn Dowling was hit in the head with a croquet mallet before he was hanged?
Hit with a croquet mallet? No kidding.
Like the one in your book.
Oh, my gosh, look at that. What a coincidence. I must be the murderer.
The thought crossed my mind, too.
Well, think again. I wrote that book 2 years ago. I gave an autographed copy to everyone in the cast and crew. Any one of them could have been... inspired.
They all didn't have your motive.
Don't kid yourself. They all hated Glenn. And now they all hate his widow, Joyce.
Why's that?
With Glenn gone, Joyce decided to run the show her way. She pink-slipped almost everyone this morning.
Including you?
I was first on her list.
That's another coincidence. You're first on my list, too.
I came as soon as I got the call. Amos, what? Oh, please. What's the emergency?
I just wanted to tell you the news in person. Sit
Oh,
down.
I hate when people say that to me. I gotta sit down. No, I'll stand for this. Just give it to me straight. Okay, I'll sit.
This is good news, Vinny. You want to hear this.
Okay, I'm sitting. Give it to me straight.
I made a few phone calls. I pulled some strings.
Made a few phone calls, pull a few strings.
And I've arranged with the critic from the newspaper to come back and review your restaurant again.
No. Amos, really? Honest?
Yes, it's all set. Friday.
This is wonderful. I'll cook for him again. He'll taste it again. And he'll hate it again. And he'll write another bad review, and then I'll really be...
Benny, I'm sure the critic was having a bad night. He'll come back and he'll know that he made a mistake.
Okay. I have to revamp, right? Get calm, cool, and delicious by when? Friday? Henry, will you help me?
Let's go for it.
What a pal. This is great. You know, this is the worst day of my life, except for that time in Tijuana with the donkey meat. Forget about it.
How'd it go with Vinny?
Don't ask. What's up with you?
Well, I just talked to Lily. She got a trace on that rifle that took a shot at Kelly Peterson. And the registered owner is... Reese Robertson.
I'll go fire a few questions at Hangman's host. Maybe I can stump him.
Chief Burke, to what do I owe this unexpected visit?
A little game of lost and found.
Okay, I'll bite. What's lost? Well, I don't understand. The rifle was here last time I looked. I have no idea where it could be.
Police headquarters. It was used to shoot at Kelly Peterson yesterday.
What?
Where were you at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon?
1 p.m.? I was here, alone.
Oh, come on, I didn't do it. Obviously, somebody stole my rifle.
Who else knew about these weapons?
Everybody on the cast and crew. I have parties here all the time.
Interesting.
What is it?
Scratches. It looks like somebody jimmied the lock.
See, I told you. I'd be crazy to use my own rifle and leave it at the scene of the crime.
Crazy or brilliant?
Oh, please. What possible reason would I have to shoot at this contestant, Kelly, what's her name?
Perhaps, Mr. Robertson. That's for you to know, and me to find out. How's the shoulder?
It's a little sore, but it's okay, Dad. Doctor said I'll be fine. Barely even leave a scar.
Yeah, it doesn't keep me from feeling guilty.
Guilty? Come on, Dad. I take full responsibility for what I get myself into. I'm not a kid anymore.
Well, if I'd been in a different profession, you probably would have been too. Your job wouldn't have been as dangerous.
You know, when I was a kid, I felt the same way about you. I used to go to bed at night worried something might happen to you.
I never knew that.
Because I didn't want you to worry about me. You know, I knew your job was hard enough. I still worry about you.
I guess we're even, huh?
You smell something?
Yeah. Something fishy's going on in the kitchen.
Henry, get me another 12-inch fry pan.
I don't have another 12-inch fry pan. We used all 6. In fact, I don't have any pans. You used all 30.
You call this a kitchen?
You want a fry pan? There's a sink. Watch one.
Oh, yeah?
Henry, Vinny, what's going on?
It's just that tomorrow, the restaurant critic is going to come and taste this trout stuffed with crab, and I am nervous. I am a wreck.
Thanks to you, so is my kitchen.
Oh, yeah?
Look at it. It's a disaster area.
I am an artist, like Michelangelo. When he was painting the Sistine Chapel on the ceiling, you think he didn't drip a little? Tell him.
Well, I guess he did drip a little when he was lying up there on the scaffold and...
You think the Pope was annoyed at a little dripping? Well, they did squabble quite a bit, but that's not the point.
This is the point. You're tough to cook with.
Oh, yeah?
You're a mess. Everything you touch, greasy fingerprints. It'll take me a week to clean this up.
Oh, it's so simple. All you do is take a little bit of olive oil, don't you understand? And then you rub it like this. It's so simple, it's over. Don't you understand? Anybody can do it on wood. It clears it up quickly. Look!
Peter.
What is it, Dad? What?
I just think I put my finger on the answer. Come on, we've got some work to do. Good, argue. But clean it up. I want to thank you all for joining us today as we play our version of Final Jeopardy. Together, we'll solve Glenn Dowling's murder. Is everyone ready?
I'm game. Who did it?
Good choice. You phrased your answer in the form of a question. So let's start with you. You're a very wealthy woman now. Hangman is all yours. I hope what you did was worth it.
I didn't kill Glenn.
But you're not without guilt. I saw how ruthlessly you conduct your business, firing all those people. Shame on you. Next, we have our distinguished host, Reese Robertson. Responsible for a murder?
No.
Almost. That rifle of yours could easily have killed my son. So the prize I have for you is some good advice. Get a better gun cabinet or get rid of your gun collection.
Sure, right away.
David Bergen, a puzzling man, indeed. Thought you could get away with it. Thought you could swim with the sharks and survive. Well, next time you make a Hollywood deal with the likes of Glenn Dowling, get a good lawyer. Tonya, how could you?
How could I what?
Lied to me. You seem so worried about your nude photographs, and now I find out that you're going to pose for Playboy.
Well, if anyone's going to make money off my body, it might as well be me.
Well, from what I've seen, you're going to make a fortune. And that brings us to Kelly.
Me? I didn't kill anybody.
I didn't think so either, until I started thinking about another game. Croquet, to be exact. A croquet mallet from this set was used to knock out Glenn Dowling before he was hung. Fortunately, there were no fingerprints on it. You see, the croquet set had been wiped down with linseed oil so that it would sparkle on camera. Linseed is a particularly heavy oil. Its residue sticks to the skin for quite some time, even if the hands had been wiped or washed. We finally found one fingerprint that showed evidence of oil. And the survey says...
Surely you don't think I did it.
No, I'm certain of it. Yours was the only fingerprint that showed traces of the oil. Right here on your button.
But the real killer took a shot at me. How do you explain that?
You wanted us to think that the killer took a shot at you. That's when I realized that you had to have an accomplice. David Bergen, come on down. I read your mystery novel, Mr. Bergen. As badly written as it was, I did find several items of interest. The use of a croquet mallet as a murder weapon, which we knew about. And the clue that helped the police capture your fictional killer.
The cuff link discovered in the pant cuff of the victim, which you planted to frame Reese Robertson.
It was never supposed to go this far.
Glenn Dowling found out that you were feeding game show answers to Kelly Peterson for a piece of the winnings.
Glenn was ripping me off. I figured it was payback time.
Shut up.
No, you shut up. She pretended to love me. She told me how they were cheating me, and she convinced me that she was going to help me get even.
It was your idea to kill him, not mine.
My idea? You're the one that grabbed the mallet and whacked him.
You're the one who made the noose.
And you're the one that strung him up.
I understand why David wanted Glenn Dowling dead. But now the $86,000 question. Why did you want him dead, Kelly?
Do you know how much they pay teachers?
Not enough.
That's right. I can barely make ends meet, let alone take care of my mother. She's sick. Always in and out of hospitals. Her medication alone costs hundreds of dollars a month. Hangman was my chance to finally make some money. I made my pact with David to guarantee it. And then Glenn found out. He wasn't only going to cancel my winnings, he was going to the police. I'd end up in jail.
David, a game expert like you should have warned her. Murder is the only game you can never win. Burke's Law. Peter, show today's losers their parting gifts. Vinny, come here, sit down and relax. Oh. You're only making yourself more nervous.
Don't you see, I could be done for. If Franklin writes another bad review, he has the power to turn this restaurant into a garage. Oh, if I were you, I would send this back. He's coming!
Mr. Piatti.
Yes.
Never in my entire life have I eaten a meal like that one.
I knew it. I knew it!
Absolutely exquisite.
What?
The best. Oh, the mozzarella in carrozza.
What about the Moulignana Parmesan?
Oh, a poem.
Really? And the champignon, they were oh,
to die for, yes. I must tell you, without question, this is one of the finest restaurants in the city.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, you know, I thought maybe for a moment that I was losing my culinary skills. Now, what a relief.
But your last review was so bad.
The fact is, I was in a bad mood. My wife had kicked me out of the house, and then she asked for a divorce. But tonight, your restaurant has earned 5 stars.
5 stars? That's a lot of stars.
That's my highest rating.
Highest rating? That's the highest. That's wonderful. Oh, bravo, bravo. What is this 5-star highest rating review going to be in the papers?
Actually, never.
Never? What?
I quit the local paper. I want to get as far away from my ex-wife as possible, so I took a job as food critic for a little television station in Toledo.
Toledo? Ohio? That Toledo?
That Toledo. And I promise you, I will mention this restaurant on my very first broadcast.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. What do I need a 5-star review in Toledo, Ohio? Please.
Vinny, look around you. There is your 5-star review. Your restaurant is packed. These are the critics that count. They come back week after week. They love your food.
Yeah, and so do we, Vinny. Come on. It's always been our favorite. You know that.
That's right. Nothing's better.
You see, Vinny, you've had 5 stars from us for a long time.
Thank you, boys. I needed that.
Oh, just one thing.
What?
About these breadsticks.
The breadsticks, I know. They're not crispy enough. I gotta start from beginning. I gotta go. Call Julia Child. Get her. Ramon, get Julia on the phone. I'm gonna start once again. I'm so sorry about the breadsticks. Oh.
What's the problem with the breadsticks?
I just wanted more.
Monday, it's a night of Wedding Bell Blues.
Would you stop drawing black teeth and beards on all the pretty brides?
An all-new Murphy Brown. Then why would Mary Ann marry a magician?
He pulled a rabbit out of my brassiere at the dinner show.
It's an all-new Sybil. And a killer infection is out of control.
What the hell is going on?
An all-new Chicago Hope, Monday.